Rockstar gang, what up? What up? Hold on, I gotta fix my audio here. Yep, mic is good. Reduced. Yep, background noise. Camera's good. There we go. There we go. All right, everything's good here, here, here. Good here. All right, perfect. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Got a smoothie. Yeah, so we're gonna be today. We're just gonna be going over we're gonna watch together. I watched it last night. Took some notes. But we're gonna watch it together. If you haven't watched it already, great. If you have, great. I mean, if you're here, we're really gonna dive into it. Like I'm gonna be going throughout this whole thing, and really, just breaking down the whole video. All right. So, if that's something you're interested in, and you're in the right place. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. If you don't know who I am, my name's Clay. I am a YouTuber / TikToker. I'm constantly posting up stuff on both platforms every single day, whether it's NFL content or Carolina Panthers. So if that's your kind of bugaboo, then welcome. I appreciate everyone in here. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Marcos Cash is in here. Feel free to get in the comment section. Love to hear your thoughts as we go throughout today's video, because we're going to be diving into the Panthers blueprint. So yeah, I'm going to play the video and I'm going to play audio. Yes, it's going to be both. All right. So no worries. All right. No worries. So let me go ahead and share my screen here.
If we want to be who we say we want to be, like a physical junkyard dog type team, like I think we should be a little picky. Like, who are you guys like really? Who do we really want?
We're about to see what the vision looks like for this new era led by Dan Morgan and Dave Canales.
Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear this.
One thing is clear. The Panthers have a type.
Long story short, whoever we draft has to have some, take all that into consideration, I think. And just get tough-ass players that love football.
I mean, Marcos, I'm not surprised because social media is so big, right? And it's such a broad spectrum now, right? I'm not surprised that they use him, right? Duncan does a great job over there. Unnecessary bluntness. I've talked to him a couple times. Seems like a very cool, laid back guy. But yeah, yeah, I'm not surprised. He's very knowledgeable about the game. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's an ex-college football player, if I'm not mistaken, or he was a big-time like high school player. I'm not too sure. But I think his background's in football, if I'm not mistaken anyway. So, but he definitely knows what he's talking about, and he's grown that channel very well. So not surprised. Not surprised at all. You know what I mean? Guys, make sure you pound that like button as you're coming in. Share the live out. We're going to be discussing this as we go throughout this whole thing. So do me a favor, share the live. It definitely helps out a lot. And feel free to join, come in and join the live stream. If you're watching on or on Twitter, come on over to the YouTube channel. That's the best way you can show your support. All right. Other than that, shut the fuck up. Let's get into it.
Good to have everybody back. Thank everybody for like your hard work during the season. Like, I know you guys are on the road a lot, so it's much appreciated to be on the road, away from your families, away from your loved ones. So appreciate you guys. Just so everybody knows, this is Brant So he just joined us this year. He came from Kansas City. So he's going to be working closely with all of us.
Try not to mess you up.
Yeah.
I'm Brant Tillis. I'm the Executive Vice President of Football Operations.
You've got a cap wizard in there now, and Brant Tillis, who negotiated Patrick Mahomes' contract out in Kansas City. The guy clearly knows what he's doing.
In free agency, I am our lead contract negotiator. I'm on the phone with the agents trying to get deals done, trying to understand what's happening around us.
Obviously, he was really smart. He brings a lot of knowledge to the table. He's somebody that I could lean on a lot, during the trade process.
Dan, being a former player and then working his way up through the ranks of an organization, he's got a great vision. He's got a great perspective.
He's a valuable piece to our organization, and, I'm lucky to work side by side with him.
Working with Dan, working with Coach Canales, making sure that we're executing our plan.
Sorry, guys, I dropped off for a second. Let's start this all over.
If we want to be who we say we want to be, like a physical junkyard dog type team, I think we should be a little picky. Like, who are you guys, really, who do we really want?
We're about to see what the vision looks like for this new era led by Dan Morgan and Dave Canales. One thing is clear, the Panthers have a type.
Long story short, whoever we draft has to have some about them. And you got to take all that into consideration, I think. And just get tough-ass players that love football. Good to have everybody back. Thank everybody for your hard work during the season. I know you guys are on the road a lot, so it's much appreciated to be on the road, away from your families, away from your loved ones. So appreciate you guys. Just so everybody knows, this is Brant. So he just joined us this year. He came from Kansas City. So he's going to be working closely with all of us.
Try not to mess you up.
Yeah.
I'm Brant Tillis. I'm the Executive Vice President of Football Operations.
You've got a cap wizard in there now, and Brant Tillis, who negotiated Patrick Mahomes' contract out in Kansas City. The guy clearly knows what he's doing.
In free agency, I am our lead contract negotiator. I'm on the phone with the agents trying to get deals done, trying to understand what's happening around us.
Obviously, he was really smart. He brings a lot of knowledge to the table. He's somebody that I could lean on a lot, during the trade process.
Dan, being a former player and then working his way up through the ranks of an organization, he's got a great vision. He's got a great perspective.
He's a valuable piece to our organization, and, I'm lucky to work side by side with him.
Working with Dan, working with Coach Canales, making sure that we're executing our plan. It's been awesome.
We spend a lot of hours in the draft room.
So the meetings are one thing, and they're long.
It becomes like a second home.
I got hired here, and I spent the next 4 months in here. On top of the meetings, there are the dozens, if not hundreds, of one-off conversations.
Hours on the road, away from our families, studying these free agents, you're studying these draft prospects.
It's an extensive process, and it should be. We have two finite resources. We have draft picks and we have cap dollars. And so we need to figure out a way to spend those as efficiently as possible. And that starts with making sure that we are aligned and have a shared vision.
First off, like, appreciate all your guys' hard work. Like, I know you guys were doing other things, but just doing all those evals, I know it takes a lot of time. So just appreciate you guys doing that. A lot of hard work gets put into it, but it's all worth it though, right? When you field a team and you get the players that you want to get, and hopefully it translates to the field to a bunch of wins, and we're all happy. We're looking for toughness. Like, we're looking for guys with competitive edge. Like, we need some competitors. We need some tough ass Steve Smith, like, playing with a chip. Like, we got to get back to that.
The goal in free agency is to challenge our roster. Who can we add to our team to challenge the players that we currently have here?
You need to be flexible. And the cool thing about free agency is when you miss out on players, which happens all the time, another opportunity presents itself. Once one door closes, another one opens. It's the same thing in free agency.
I think right now all options are on the table. I don't think it's just one thing or one position that we need to add to. We just got to get better at all facets. It's about improving the Carolina Panthers. Bryce is just one piece of the puzzle. Obviously, he's the quarterback, and I get your question, but we're looking to build depth. We're looking to build competition.
Okay, real quick. How was the audio? Can y'all hear the audio from the YouTube? From the video? Just want to make sure everybody can hear it. Just want to make sure. Yes, it's crisp. Okay, good. All right, perfect.
And we're looking to build a team that this city can be proud of.
We just wanted to get the best possible players that fit what our coaches wanted.
What we do now is just kind of go by position, just kind of talk about what you want from like a player prototype standpoint.
Disruption and being dynamic on the edge there.
Have those ball skills to go out and get the ball. Communication is huge, obviously, from that position in our defense.
We need a dog over there is what we need.
Most teams will build around their quarterback and accent their quarterback's strengths.
You know, the first thing I wanted to make sure is that we build it right up front.
We wanted to stabilize the offensive line, the interior offensive line.
I think those guys cannot be narrow body guys. They got to have some girth to them, some width. You know, these 305-pound tackles ain't making it anymore.
Where do you guys see Hunt? Like, you talked about the top guys in the league, and then the next year, and then the next year after that. Like, where does Hunt fit?
Robert Hunt was a player that our coaches and scouts had pinpointed early.
Robert Hunt was the number one guy. Obviously, he's got power and explosion in the run game. Watch Robert Hunt. He's going to be the guy, the ringleader of the O-line, like saying, hey, run behind me. I can't think of too many other guys. Stuff I saw him do. I know I haven't had a guy like that probably in a long time. That would be a phenomenal body to run behind. He tries to finish and kill people, and he loves doing it.
Those deals are always fun to do. You're acquiring a very good player who's talented, and he can help us.
If you are a guard and you are good at what you do, you are getting paid. Robert Hunt cashes in to head to Carolina, protect Bryce Young.
5-year, $100 million deal with the Carolina Panthers.
So, man, how you doing? Nice to meet you, man. How you doing, man?
Good to have you.
I'm happy to be here, man. Like to meet you, Brent. How you doing? Run, whatever you need me to do, I'm here to do it, man. Whatever you need me to do, I'm ready to go. Put me in the red zone, around the 10-yard line. Fade me up. That's it. That's all we need. Fade me up.
Fired up.
Yeah, I'm fired up as well. Nice to meet you guys, man. Thank you. Let's do it. I thought Mike McDaniel was swag. You might got him beat. I think you got him beat, man.
I think I'm going to bring definitely energy. I'm going to bring leadership. And I'm going to bring nastiness. I like my tape. I think I put my tape against anybody, you know? It's the reason they got me here. I think my tape is comparable to the best, and I think I am maybe one of the best. So. XZ, tight end, fullback, running back, whatever you want to do. Let's throw me there, and I can do that too. You need me to catch a ball? I catch it too. I can catch that. We all saw that tape too. I do that too. I'm here because I want to be the best, and yeah, I'm gonna play my ass off to be the best. So yeah, that's that. Nice to meet you. Timo, nice to meet you, brother. A lot of good things about you, dog. Excited to work with you.
I think it all starts up front. I mean, every coach will say it. We put that to the checkbook this year.
Like, I like how Lewis read and the way he plays, like physical. Yeah.
I think these two guys, this offense, the way we're going to play ball, upgrade this team right now, possess the ball for our defense and get some rest so they can kick ass in the fourth quarter. You talk about dogs.
Yeah.
That's what we get.
No doubt. You see that?
I see you. I do. That's you.
I'm gonna be out there.
Where the Panthers have been busy adding some much-needed protection for Bryce Young on the offensive line.
2 big deals done in the first offseason for Dan Morgan.
By agreeing to deals with guards Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis.
Amazing players inside at guard.
2 tough, physical, stout guys on the interior. We felt that's what we needed.
They're going all in on this interior offensive line. Very, very good signing for them.
It's on. It's on. I'm going to go from nasty and on the center, he mean, and I'm going Robert tough. So we're going to mean tough.
I'm going to pause it there for a second because I really want to take note here that it's interesting with like some because I took some takeaways from watching this last night. When we start getting into the draft, room, decisions are made incredibly quickly in that draft room. I really want you to take a look at that because it takes in 20 seconds they make a decision. And it's either intense debates or casual agreements. And I think but once that decision is made, it's acted upon immediately. So just watch, like when you watch this, watch how fast these decisions are made. But I love how they're breaking down this and they're the part that I do appreciate is this first part right here, how everybody's kind of coming together as a team, as an organization, saying, what do we need at each position group? What are we looking for? And how is this guy going to improve us? Right. Which every team does that in the offseason. But what I'm saying is I appreciate the fact that I can see it from, this standpoint. I'd rather see the Panthers do this for the rest of their organization throughout, the years, instead of them going on HBO and doing Hard Knocks. I'm not a fan of the Hard Knocks thing. I think it's a big distraction. I think this little blueprint kind of stuff like this, I think this is perfect. But I appreciate this first part of them breaking it down of how they got Damian Lewis, how they went out and got Robert Hunt, and then, the staff and everything coming together and kind of talking, what's everybody thinking at this position? Who are we looking for? What guys are available? Right. So I think it's interesting. I think, and I appreciate it.
Tough, nasty. Let's get it.
I like Damian's tape a lot. Damian, a big, tough, strong, nasty man that can move people, and he plays the game the right way. And to play next to him and get it going, it's gonna be fun.
It start up front in the trenches. We're here to protect them, and we're gonna do our best, make sure nobody touch them.
Good, bro. Straight, bro.
Yeah.
Good weekend? Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Appreciate it.
Huge, crucial for this time. OTAs. Intentional with our hands, intentional with our feet. Every single play. Okay?
We're mean, tough, nasty, offensive lineman who's here to block your quarterback forever. Damian Lewis.
The offensive line signings. This is like 2 starting guards and a backup tackle.
Josh Nyman.
We had just attacked the offensive line.
Is he protected up front?
It's going to help the running game a ton, which will help Bryce Young.
Claude.
The left guard. You're the fan base down in the Carolina Panthers. You're going, thank God.
Here you go, have fun. It's interesting how all their signings so far have all been interior guys.
They're building from the inside out.
Yeah.
They want to go full old school. They want to keep pounding. If they want to build like we've seen Panthers teams in the past, okay.
Good, bro.
Woo. Did you hear that? Did you hear what Damian Lewis said when That guy who I don't know who that was that he was blocking for Bryce there, but he was like, "You're good, bro. Like, just give up." Basically, I don't know if you heard that, but you could hear it like under his breath. He's like, "You're good, bro. You're good." Like, I thought it was interesting. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know if you could hear that. Like, if you watched it and you listen closely enough, that's what he's saying. He's like, "You're good, bro. You're good." So, I think it's funny. I don't know if y'all heard that. Just got in what I missed. We are like 10 minutes into the blueprint. I watched it last night. We're kind of just stopping and going. We're just kind of stopping and going as we go through this. Sorry, I decided to use YouTube and the actual YouTube instead. I'm going to try to use this instead. But if you listen to it, hold on. Yo, move out the way. Thank you. No.
They want to keep pounding. If they want to build like we've seen Panthers teams in the past, okay.
What the fuck? I think the Discord might have been working better.
A CRM shouldn't weigh your budget.
Joseph.
Yeah, bro. You hear that?
Teams in the past.
Listen to that again.
Okay.
Joseph.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Woo. That's a real warm up. Yeah, that was a warm up.
What up, Chris? What'd you miss? Not much. Appreciate you joining the live stream. Guys, feel free to get in the chat as we go through this. Give me your thoughts as we go through. Obviously comment your favorite parts, and then we're gonna break this down at the end, of course, and probably throughout. Been a minute since I got on. Blueprint 2 was nice. How we been, fellas? So far, so good, Randall. I appreciate you joining, man. Hope you're doing well as well.
Critical factors for a defensive end, extremely tough and competitive. He can anchor at the point of attack. Has play strength, heavy hands. He's got to be able to have an explosive strike.
It's pretty obvious right now that we need another starting defensive end.
Sean Robinson.
A definite upgrade, starting end. I think he's hands above everybody else. It's going to be hard with him and Shai and Derek for a team to run the football against us.
This will be a conviction guy for me.
You have Derek on one side, you have him on the other side. Like, where are you going to run?
I agree with Josh. I think there was him, and then there was a line for the guys I looked at.
You were straining.
He's straining. I'm not straining. Far from it. No. No, I'm trying to tell you, man. I got you here. You straining. I just threw you. Leverage, baby.
How do I describe myself? Mean, nasty, aggressive, angry. We ain't friends on that line. I'm going to do everything I can to mess you up.
Randall, as much as you've watched my live streams, I'm surprised you didn't know much about O'Shawn Robinson, because when we signed him, I broke him down. And I could have sworn you were in the chat that day, because every free agency, I felt like you were signing, and I broke it down. You were in the chat, so I'm surprised you said that. But I do like O'Shawn a lot. There's a picture of him you should find in his Alabama days, him sitting beside Derrick Henry. It just shows how big that dude is. And Derrick Henry is not a small dude, right? So
I'm here to hurt people's hearts, hurt people's feelings. I like fighting. Like, I like that. In the D-line, you're hitting every play, so it's like a fight every play. As a competitor, you want those things on you. You know why? Your brothers have your back. Your brothers are willing to work for you. They're willing to die for you. They're willing to do anything out there for you.
Iron sharpen iron. Let's get better.
We're here to just, can I cuss? Up. My whole mindset. Up.
Okay, hey, shot. Okay. Okay.
He's gonna piss some people off.
Do you know why they call him the outlaw? Do you guys know why they call him the outlaw?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Another big deal to add to the Carolina Panthers. They have agreed to terms with former Broncos linebacker Josie Jewell.
Did you see the little six shooters after he makes that tackle? Yeah. Kyle, his nickname is the Outlaw. Why do you think his parents named him Josie?
Yeah, so the Outlaw Josie Wales. It's a movie with Clint Eastwood, and it was filmed a long time ago. My dad named me after him, and then ever since that nickname's kind of taken off in the last 10 years or so with me and playing football and stuff like that, and the guns and all that stuff. So it's been cool. Now that camera really on me today, huh? Looking at me every single. That's terrible.
Come on, baby. You're a superstar.
Okay, there we go. That's where we stop it.
Josie Shack next play, big nickel.
What has it been like kind of working with him?
Josie? Man, Josie's my guy.
Are you doing better now?
I love Josie, man. Josie's a character. He came in here. If you kind of watch us, it kind of feels like we kind of been playing with each other for a while.
Good short, Shaq. Good short. That was clinic.
That's just the trust that we have, and especially I know he knows the defense, so I have nothing to worry about. He might be teaching me some stuff.
Hey, look the push. We pushing. Box. I got box over here. You got Patty? I'm outside leverage. Leo. Flex up, Leo.
He keeps me accountable. I keep him accountable. We keep the defense accountable, so it's good to have.
Hey, LB's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
LB's.
Change the voice.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
If y'all out there talk shit, bro, don't make practice boring, bro. If you don't talk shit in this group, bro, it's fine.
Damn.
Oh my God!
Next time you run through that hole that hard,
Right, take care of your bodies today, guys. Come back tomorrow. Don't pick and choose when to work. When we're out here, it's work. That's just what it is, okay? I love it, though. Love the intensity. Let's take care of each other. And be smart about it. DB.
We'll show them to do the same tomorrow.
Yep.
Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Yeah, let's do it. Outside linebacker next.
Prototypically, we want length. This has got to be our alpha position on defense. Elite pass rusher that has to be able to win more one-on-ones than they lose. Not only disrupt the pocket, but they got to be able to finish.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, I truly agree with you because I can't trust Cy Tuttle to show up. He didn't show up last year. A lot of people said that, he didn't put the work in last year, that he got lazy. And that's been a lot of the rumors. But apparently, we've seen from episode 1 that he's putting the work in. I need to see it on the field first, but I do agree that we definitely need to get a true nose tackle. I think a lot of people in the Panthers fans need to understand, because I think a lot of people are like, there's a lot of people out there that are saying, is this a true rebuild? Well, a rebuild doesn't happen into a one-off season, right? And I think a lot of people that Carolina Panthers fans need to realize that this is still a rebuild. It's just not a full. It hasn't been a full rebuild yet, because it's only one offseason. So you can't rebuild a whole team in one offseason. So I think a lot of people need to pump their brakes about the whole rebuild thing and position groups. Because trust me, I've been vocal on here saying that we still need to get another corner. I've been vocal saying we still need to get another center. I've been vocal saying we still need to get another pass rusher. right? I mean, and I think nose tackle too. But you're not going to get all the position groups all in one season. It just off season. It just doesn't work that way. Like rebuilds take 2 to 3 years. That's how rebuilds work, right? And I think a lot of Panthers, there's content creators out there that are on the same page as I am, but there's content creators and fans that are not. They just like, this is not a rebuild. This is a retool. It's not. It's a one-off season of starting a rebuild. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work off a one-off season. You're not going to fill every gap in one off season. But this, I think now it's becoming a true rebuild because here's the thing: you got to look at what Brant Tillis has done with the contracts. So we're going to be able to have by 2025, we'll have top 5, top 10 cap space to sign guys. But Chris, I agree with the nose tackle thing. Yeah, raw walk. I was telling you, man, that's not something you know, that's something you need to look up. It's crazy how big that dude is. Yeah, exactly, Randall. Exactly. Add middle linebacker to that list. Not as much. I wouldn't say middle linebacker is as much need as I would probably put that 5th on the list. I would say corner for me is number 1. I think center would be number 2 for me if I'm ranking it. Then I would say pass rush 3, nose tackle 4, linebacker 5. Like if I'm ranking the positions of need. This is the 3rd rebuild in 5 years. I consider what we did the past 3 years or past 5 years has been more retooling than a rebuild. They consider it a rebuild, but those guys didn't rebuild. I just don't think that they ever truly rebuilt this team, though, Marcos. I feel like what they're doing right now is truly rebuilding the way that they're going about it. Right. Some of the guy, some of the guy, because like if you look at the contracts that Brant Tillis did, I feel like most of these contracts were prove-it deals besides the Robert Hunt deal and the Damian Lewis deal. But other than that, I think the rest of the guys are prove-it deals. And then, of course, they're going to obviously this offseason too, we're going to be eating all that dead cap. And then in 2025, you have all cap space, right? You have literally no dead cap after this season. And we're going to have top 10, top 5 cap space in 2025. So you're going to be able then to sign free agents, re-sign guys that you want to keep. And then you're also going to be able to go in the draft and add more, right? Wherever we end up. And we're going to we'll have every pick in every round next year, right? The next draft. So, they're going to be able to address a lot of wants and needs again next year and really fulfill this team. I feel like. But that's just the way I look at it. That's just the way I look at it. Some people look at it differently. Clay, I wish we got T'Vondre Sweat in the draft. He was a true nose tackle. Do you know, and guys coming in next draft, who is a true nose tackle, who we might pick up? I wanted T'Vondre Sweat too in the draft. I didn't know when he was going to go. I didn't know if he was going to drop. He didn't even drop, I don't think. I think he got picked. If I'm not mistaken, Chris, didn't T'Vondre Sweat get drafted in the 2nd round, which he was projected to go to 2nd round, but if I'm not mistaken, or he might have been a 1st round pick. But he dropped back and he got picked in the 2nd round, did he not? Or did he get picked up in the 5th? But no, guys, for next year, I haven't started scouting guys for next year yet. So he did go in the 2nd round. That's what I figured. I haven't started scouting guys for next year. I've only scouted the quarterback position for next year. Once college football comes back around, and and of course I'll be watching it. I'll be locked in on guys too. I'll be doing my own scouting report next year again. So, all right, let's get into it. Clowney.
Get the quarterback on the ground. That's what we're looking for. That's what we need. Disruption and being dynamic on the edge there. That's the prototype.
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of the most incredible real estate strategies?
I'll give her. All right, let's go. Huh, Ju? Go back there with mommy. Sorry. Okay, I'm ready.
Starting route to Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah, we back in the Carolinas, baby. Going to Sun today. Been a long time coming.
Jadeveon Clowney has in fact landed, and it's back home. The Rock Hill, South Carolina native, the former South Carolina Gamecock superstar, is back home, agreeing to terms with the Carolina Panthers.
Just a competitive guy. I think I've been showing that my whole career. I like to compete at a high level and have a good time. Like I said, I like to have fun and compete. Like, I'm gonna make you laugh, but I'll hit you in your mouth also. Expect that from me every day, and them things right there just been carrying me and got me to year 11. So you better get excited, because we here now, baby.
Yeah, he's for sure excited to be here.
He was so stuck in, he was so of a Baltimore Ravens fan, he wanted to go back. But I think this Carolina thing gonna rub off on him, because he get to see his parents, his grandparents all the time, every day, every week. And all his cousins, he don't know that yet, but he gonna be here a lot. So I keep telling him, I say, I can't believe I'm going home to play. It's like we're going somewhere very, very familiar with a lot of people that know us here. So it's gonna be fun. Just gotta make sure you play well in front of the hometown. You got to play well. So.
In the quiet town of Rock Hill, South Carolina, South Point High School is home to the top-ranked football player in the nation. His name is Jadeveon Clowney. He's a terror on the defensive line and also the first player in the state history to sit atop the national ranking.
They put me in. I really ain't want to play, but I started making a lot of plays, so I said I started liking their position now. I love it.
Just take one look at Clowney, and you know that he has what it takes to be a star.
When I grew up, I was always a Carolina fan. Only two teams played on TV was Carolina and Atlanta. So I grew up watching the Panthers all my life. Steve Smith, Jake DeLong, Julius Peppers, Mike Mentor, Musa Muhammad, that group right there. I grew up watching them guys when I was younger, and then I'm playing for the Panthers, Carolina Panthers. That's funny. So all of that stuff paid off.
I mean, the Bears is just a dick rider, man. He's just a dick rider. He's a bitch-made cat. Most of the Bears fans are anyways. So let him just be a bitch boy in the chat. We're just going to let him run his mouth and let the chips fall where they lie when the Bears are just still ass, because they'll find out that Caleb Williams is a bust. And if it's not on Caleb Williams, they'll end up being on the head coach, which the head coach is probably one of the worst in the NFL, just like the Saints coach. So he's a bitch boy. Let him just run his fucking little cocksucker. And, we'll let the on the field do the talking in the end. So, but Clowney's definitely going to be a seasoned vet on the defense for sure. For sure. And I think him and Shaq and Derek Brown are going to be very vocal leaders, which I look forward to seeing how that goes in training camp. I'm looking forward to it. Clowney's a shit talker, so I love it.
Now look at me now, 31 years old, doing what I love, playing football, and got my family with me. You really can't ask for nothing more than this.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payments could live.
How you doing, man? You good? Joe Blaze, you ready for this? Come on, hold my hand.
Randall, if I can get time off, I'll go. If I can get time off, I'll go.
This is my friendly baby right here.
Oh, you want to give me a hug?
Oh, she friendly. She friendly. You be trying to go and hug everybody.
You're coming to work with your dad every day.
The contract, man. How you doing? Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, it's a lot of emotions going through because I'm home, man. I'm home. It's been a long time. I've been playing everywhere, all the way at the top corner of the map in Seattle. Good to be back. Slow down. Boy, running. They running for. Oh, man. I got my 7 back, man. Let them know where we at with that Carolina 7 gonna be up this year. Oh, man, we back.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
Good, bro. How's it going? Good. Good to meet you. Yeah, you too, bro.
How's it been going so far?
Good. Yeah. Just came to say what's up to you. Respect your game, bro.
I appreciate it, man. No.
Minnesota, my rookie and stuff. You nice, bro.
I'm excited to have you here, man.
Yeah, bro. Let's work, bro.
We need to have a little duo here. Man, I'm looking forward to it.
Bro.
It'd be good to have you. You got to have a little duo, for real.
What's up, bro? Let's do it, bro. I got you, bro.
The Deontay Johnson trade.
Yeah.
I love that move.
This is huge. How tall is Deontay Johnson? Is he 5'10", 5'11"? Like, because he's shorter than Thielen there. Because what? Thielen's probably 6 foot, 6'1"? So is he shorter than Thielen?
For Bryce Young, they need a receiver to go with a young quarterback that could potentially help his growth.
He's a perfectionist. If my throw's a little behind, if the route's a little off, whatever it is, as a quarterback, it's super encouraging to see someone who cares and is dedicated. You can tell he's put a tremendous amount of work in throughout his life to be where he's at now.
I got a lot to prove. That's just me. I feel like that every year.
He knows how to get open. He's a bona fide route technician.
One of the best one-on-one route runners in the league.
My play style and what I do on the field, a dog that's hungry, that's always trying to make a play.
He really masks his intentions, and the DBs cannot get a beat on him.
I still look different in that uniform. It look good though.
What is your thoughts on the additions they made here?
Yeah, I'm super excited. They're all hungry, great players, guys that obviously are going to contribute. There's a lot of newness here, a lot of new ideas, new energy, new people. Right now, the mission is just for all of that to come together, us to be on the same page, and then focus that so that we can turn to winning football.
It feels like this year everything is in line. They have exceeded my expectations. This is a lot of very good complementary pieces together.
Really just how you come together, like how you willing to work, how you willing to sacrifice
Marcus,
your
that's
time.
he should,
Like,
man.
I can't wait to get out there.
Do everything I can.
I've been vocal about
I
him.
feel like it takes everyone, it takes a village.
Hopefully we can do something special and turn this thing around. So I want to be a part of that.
He got a lot of complementary players who know what they're doing under that system. I like it because everything feels like it's actually in line.
I feel like this defense fits me perfectly. I can come here and really make a name for myself, showcase what I can do.
I'm excited about what we're building. Everybody playing hard.
Our goal is for him not to be touched.
I do feel like the Carolina Panthers defensive line and their front seven could be better than what it was last year.
This defense is, have all the traits that a great defense has, which is physicality, playing fast, getting after the ball.
Tense, aggressive, hard-hitting. That's the things that come to mind.
A'Shawn Robinson, Josie Jewell, Jordan Fuller. He's spoken highly of Dane Jackson, said he was one of the guys he was looking at, wanted to get with him.
Last year is what it is. There's learning, there's growing, and we talked about it, but we're focused on the future. So it's all about learning the offense, learning the people around us, getting these reps out on the field, getting the chemistry down. Really, right now, all we're doing is focusing on this year.
Dan Morgan just made some real GM moves, and everything feels like they're in alignment. And so now we just feel better.
But where he's really going to make his money is what he does in 2 weeks.
Big week this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super excited. A lot of meetings, a lot of time in the draft room, but it's a ton of fun. Love doing it. In a different seat, more pressure per se, but I don't feel pressure.
Again, watch how fast these decisions are made. Like, it's incredible how quickly in the draft room. It's like 20 seconds that these decisions are made. There's like there's a little bit of debate, then there's like that agreement, right? There comes that agreement. And then once that decision is made, they act up on it immediately. So be on the lookout. When you watch the draft room,
Pressure,
that's one of the
like,
takeaways I took from it.
I love what I do. So the work's in, so it's really nothing to feel pressure about.
The wait is finally over. It is draft day.
Xavier Legette, that's who they think is the dream, falls to them. Dan Morgan's going to have to be a wheeling and dealing businessman that, they make movies about.
Actually didn't have any nerves. Like, I just felt good. Like, I felt ready. I felt excited.
So my cousin just texted me. He said, "Good luck tonight. Hopefully you don't make any big mistakes like in that Kevin Costner movie."
Look, the draft is exciting. You get a chance to see the future of our league come in.
He's like, "Would you trade up for the guy that I like?" I said, "Yeah. Same guy you like."
Like, such a cool kid too.
This is Christmas. This is an unbelievable atmosphere.
At the edge of my seat right now.
Anytime that you put a lot of time in and you prepare and you're thorough, it can bring a sense of calm to you.
Okay, the 2024 NFL Draft is now underway.
I'm not used to not having a first-round pick, but it also was a great opportunity to let the draft come to us.
What's up, John? Oh, not much. Good. How you doing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sitting here just watching all these guys go.
We had a plan that we were going to wait and see what the first several picks looked like and just enjoy watching the process unfold. And then when it was time to act, we would act if it was necessary.
Yeah,
First of all, they're on the clock, so we should either offer this or not. But
I just feel like,
Yeah, this is why I still don't understand. I'm with you, with you, Marcos. Like, David Tepper still in this draft room bothers me. Like, I know that it's the draft and he's supposed to be there, but it still bothers me because we just know, just because of the reputation he has given us. I mean, it's the thing is that he's sitting here talking to David Tepper about who they're thinking about going and getting. Who gives a fuck? Who should be in that chair beside him is your head coach, not the owner. Like, Dave. I think Dave Canales should be right there. Dan Morgan and him should be talking, and Brant Tillis, not you and Nicole Tepper saying, well, is this the same guy? You like this guy or whatever, blah blah blah. Like, this bullshit right here needs to stop. Guys, this is David. I get it. I get that this is a hobby. If this is but here's the thing, Randall. If David Tepper treats a professional football team as a hobby, he should have never bought one. He should not have ever had ownership at all. So, but I'm just saying, if he looks at it as a hobby, he shouldn't have never bought you shouldn't buy a professional team. It's just like right now with the whole renovations thing. He's been advised to stay in the background of the renovations bid for the stadium because of his reputation has literally ruined the organization and the face of the organization and the culture of the organization. That's why they brought, and then that's another reason why they brought in that whole sportsology firm. Because it took a sportsology firm to come in and say, you need to sit your ass down as an owner. Yes, you can be involved and talk to your guys, but you let the football guys make the football decisions. But seeing this does make me question a little bit. How much is he really taken? How much of a step back has he really taken? I mean, do we really believe that David Tepper's actually taken a step back? I mean, I agree. I get what Randall's saying. So I really don't disagree with the fact that, I'm not surprised. It's not that I'm not surprised that he's in there. It's just that this communication part between Dan Morgan and him and talking about it's like makes me wonder. It just makes me think, was he a part of these draft picks? Now, if he was, I'm not mad at him because I thought we drafted well, right? But again, it makes me think. It makes me think. The Bears, man, you are just an absolute dick rider. An absolute dick rider. It's just, every time you scratch your face, the Bears, it's because my balls have been just slid across your fucking chin. So, fucking bitch boy.
Somebody's gonna fall.
Byron Murphy is now going to the middle of the defensive line in Seattle, and as this pick gets announced, Minnesota just traded up into the Jacksonville Jaguars, spot 17 overall, giving up a 3 and a 4 next year.
This is where it gets interesting right here.
It's just, hey, you're gonna troll, I'm gonna troll back. Randall? You're gonna troll my chat, I'm gonna troll you. If you're at least gonna troll the Bears, if you're gonna at least control the troll in the chat, do me a favor. Become a fucking member or send me a super chat. Did y'all see Dan Morgan tear up a submission card in the first round? Yeah, I did. I wonder what it was. I wonder if we can kind of hear what that was. Let's go back just a little bit. I don't think this was it. Let's start here.
Thorough, it can bring a sense of calm to you.
Okay, the 2024 NFL Draft is now underway.
I'm not used to not having a first-round pick, but it also was a great opportunity to let the draft come to us.
What's up, John? Oh, not much. Good. How you doing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sitting here just watching all these guys go.
We had a plan that we were going to wait and see what the first several picks looked like and just enjoy watching the process unfold. And then when it was time to act, we would act if it was necessary.
First of all, they're on the clock, so we should either offer this or not. But
I just feel like somebody's gonna fall.
Byron Murphy is now.
Who was that? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure out what this was.
And see what the first several picks looked like and just enjoy watching the process unfold. And then when it was time to act, we would act if it was necessary.
Randall, I appreciate you becoming a member, man. Much appreciated. Randall's like, man, he talks shit like that and become a member. Just kidding. Listen, I control with the best of them, man. I control with the best of them. So, but Randall, thank you so much for becoming a member. That really means a lot to me. It's not mandatory, but it's definitely appreciated. So, shout out to you. And against all odds, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. Thank you. So, what's up, Michael? Appreciate you doing, man. It was Seattle. Maybe we're going to trade up to Seattle's pick. Maybe. I'm not sure. Someone traded up and drafted somebody that Dan tears up. Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to study this. It was Seattle, but what was Seattle trying to do? Were they trying? I guarantee you Seattle was probably thinking, okay, because what was Seattle, like 15 or 16? So I wonder what they were trying to get out of it. And Dan probably thought maybe we were getting swindled. Hey, but everybody put Randall's name in the chat. Spam the chat with Randall's name for becoming a member today. So shout out to Randall for becoming a member today. I greatly appreciate it. Again, guys, it's not mandatory. It's just it's appreciated. So shout out to Randall. W Randall's in the chat. W Randall's in the chat. Somebody traded. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I wish I knew what that trade was, because it's definitely Seattle, because they were showing Seattle, so it had to be. Combred says, congrats on the Father's Day. Didn't realize you had a child. I have two myself. Yeah. I actually have a 5-month-old. She will be 6 months next month. Growing up so fast, my friends. Growing up so fast. It just feels like we just brought her home from the hospital. I got your back, homie, anytime. Appreciate that. Against all odds. Byron Murphy was a Seattle pick. So I'm wondering. I know that was the Seattle pick. But I'm just curious as to what Seattle was sent over. I really want to know. I really want to know what that trade is, but I guess we're not going to ever know. We're never going to know. So, all right, let's continue.
First of all, they're on the clock, so we should either offer this or not. But
I just feel like somebody's gonna fall.
Byron Murphy is now going to the middle of the defensive.
I think another thing about this is I think the rumors were correct still, like to this day. I think they were all in on Leggett. I don't think that – I think if it was like Brock Bowers was there, or if someone like maybe like if Malik Neighbors was still there, maybe somebody like that was still there, they may would have traded up. Or maybe Randall, maybe Brian Thomas. I don't know if we were going to go after Byron Murphy, because he kept saying someone was going to fall. If they really wanted Byron Murphy, I think they would have taken that trade, but it doesn't make sense to me. Something's not. I feel like that they were still hell bent on getting a wide receiver, no matter what. So, and they felt like someone was going to fall. So I don't know. Could we have tried to trade up and take Brian Thomas in that spot? I mean, they could have, but I'm wondering if they were waiting to see, if someone like a Duzier or I don't know, or like I said, Brock Bowers, or again, Brian Thomas, maybe. I don't know. It's really hard to say from just watching this clip, and we don't really get to see much of an insight on it. They're not really it's really not much details here to do it, but I would love to be. I would be curious as to what it was.
Line in Seattle, and as this pick gets announced, Minnesota just traded up into the Jacksonville Jaguars spot 17th overall, giving up a 3 and a 4 next year.
This is where it gets interesting right here.
We're coming up to the danger zone.
So much of the draft depends on when the quarterbacks go.
The draft started with 14 straight offensive players, 14. The record-breaking 6 quarterbacks in the first 12 picks.
Once 6 quarterbacks went in the first, 12 picks, but we thought, okay, well, now, there's a chance that we may have an opportunity to trade up here.
They're trading back.
Buffalo is?
Buffalo, yeah. All right, so if they get worthy here, then we got to trade up to get Leggett.
We just waited, and then we knew that there was going to be a striking point for a trade.
God dang it, YouTube and your commercial.
Just won't stand still when you put. Same friend. They may take Leggett. They were talking about beans. Right? How you doing? You trying to trade out? I talked to Brandon before the draft, and he just said if you have any interest in, trading back and trading out of your pick, give me a call. So obviously he gave me a call, and kind of took that opportunity to jump up there to 32 and get our guy.
What they want to do?
So 32 and 200 for 33 and 5th round 141.
You're giving up 59 spots in the draft to get a 5th year on Leggett.
Dan was just super patient.
There was daylight, and he went bang, and he hit the hole just like everyone has seen him do in his career.
Call it in. All right, cool.
Let's go.
Go, baby. Let's go. Getting a little nervous there.
For me, with my first experience, really being in the draft room for the whole time, just amazing to see the patience of it, and for it to all, come to us like this, to get the guy that we love.
When you have a lot of buy-in on a guy, especially from the coaches and the scouts, being the GM and being in that seat, it makes you feel really good about the pick.
Let's do it. Most definitely. All right, we're going to call it in, man. Most definitely. Enjoy it. Oh, yeah. Let's go!
The Buffalo Bills have traded the 32nd pick to the Carolina Panthers. With the 32nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select
Xavier Leggett, South Carolina.
All right, so this guy, one of my conviction guys.
So you got to start with the combination of size and speed and mobility. Over 6 feet, 220 pounds that can run like he does. There's only a few guys that come along like that, and it only happens every couple of years. It's really special to watch, and you know it immediately.
Next. Yes, sir. What's going on, Paul? Yes, sir. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I feel different with that helmet on, boy. Helmet tight than a mother.
Oh, dude, I can't with this guy, man. Leggett's. Oh, dude, it cracks me up every time I hear the man talk. I can't help it. And here's the thing: I'm used to him talking like that. Like, I'm used to people talking like this because of where I'm from. I'm not that far away from where Xavier Leggett grew up. I'm literally 45 minutes from where this kid grew up. And we have people like that where I live talk just like him too. So, but he's more out in the sticks. I'm more in the city. So, I tell you, it's just funny. It's just funny because when you look at him, you wouldn't expect it, right? But when he's from Mullen, South Carolina, and when I watch South Carolina games, I never watched any of his press conference from South Carolina, so I never knew how he talked. But I should have known this. I should have known that that's how he talked because no offense, that's how Mullen, South Carolina is. I mean, I know it by like the back of my hand.
Push him to him. We blocking the corner unless it's quarters or late rotation. I got the big buck.
To watch the way he attacks the ball. He goes up and gets it. This is a guy that plays big to the ball.
His blue trait for me is that contested catch, going up, getting the ball, coming down with it. He's a good athlete. He has good play speed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He can outmuscle almost any defender. I thought he burst off the line of scrimmage. He's a long strider. He goes up that speed quickly.
When he gets the ball in his hands, he's a threat to score a touchdown at any time.
He was our target. We really liked him, and we went and got him.
So you woke up a Carolina Panther this morning. Did you have to pinch yourself a little bit?
Oh no, man. I woke up ready, man. I got a call right after I got dressed. They was coming to pick me up at 9:30 in the morning. I told them I'm gonna be ready.
Ads, I hate you. Thank you.
For those who don't know, you might be waking up to the news. They moved up from pick 33 to 32 with the Buffalo Bills, so they moved down from 28, and they get their guys. Xavier Leggett, the wide receiver. Not going to lie. I dig it. I'm for it. Your guy was there. You went up there and you got him.
My mindset is relentless. I feel like I play with a relentless effort when I'm out there on the field. My ball or nobody. My ball or nobody, man. Oh.
They had to move up because you spilled the beans early, man.
Man,
like, okay, 33 is not a question.
He said it on the phone. He said, so you can't give it away, man. You can tell him.
Help us out.
I'm like, man. Hey, man, we here now, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's time for night 2 and rounds 2 and 3 of the National Football League draft in Detroit.
My gut just tells me we're going to see a ton of trades today.
I think our spot's really desirable. And I think the only way that we move out of it is if somebody just like blows us away.
We were getting calls about 39
I'm not
on
surprised.
Thursday night. So we knew that there was going to be action.
Because we traded up, we were open to trading back.
Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of who's going to get picked before us. Like our guys are going to be there.
Wow.
Just like we did on the first night. We said, all right, let's let the draft come to us.
At that point, I think we were going to stay patient. We were going to see who was going to be there and stay on the clock for as long as we can to try to get a good trade.
And we knew that we would have action.
Yeah. So here are some takeaways that I also thought was it's like there it seemed like there was a lot of waiting around, like filled with jokes. They had snacks, caffeine. They had brief bursts of frantic activity. It was like a lot of this seemed like wait, quick, right? There was a lot of there was, despite knowing each other for less than 100 days, Dan Morgan and Brant Tillis working together. They communicated efficiently. They made the decisions that like they've been working together for years. I'm looking forward to what they can do together as a duo to shape this team's future. I mean, we're talking about a guy too right here. This is the guy that signed Patrick Mahomes to that contract, right? I mean, their camaraderie is evident, watching this, showing up in a Morgan's old jersey, to them poking fun at each other. When, they first met on a January Zoom call, and their bond snowballed through obviously their shared experiences and like this and similar sense of humor. And even on the busy draft day, the front office found time to relax. Apparently, they also played a round of golf. The strategy is they here obviously for them they needed to stay focused before diving in the draft chaos. It's funny because they were already discussing potential scenarios for the draft. Trading up for a receiver, then trading back to recoup picks. They started making calls to other teams well before the draft officially begun. I thought that was interesting. It's the small things that you notice when you watch these, right? It's the same thing with like Morgan. Has this like a direct, no nonsense style, right? It's possibly because of his like how he was in his playing days. He had this brief communication to help him quickly establish a rapport with other GMs, kind of like John Lynch from the 49ers. But this draft room had a lot of buzz with like a lot of potential trades. They were careful in considering what deals, right? They were always to balance the numbers of picks that they gave up with those that they received, right? The strategy was obviously to ensure that they kept future draft capital, right? And it was a high stakes decision for them to trade up with the Bills, right? They move up one spot, they secure the receiver they wanted, that showing that even a 10-second call can significantly impact the team's future, right? But it's an interesting because even though these like high stakes of the draft room, right? They maintained a fun atmosphere, and Tilla surprised them with that jersey moment, right? And the general humor between the staff showed that they valued keeping the mood light amidst the pressure, right? Which I appreciate. But Morgan and Tillis were focused on more of the immediate needs. I felt like through this than the long term and I would say also the long term team building. But I felt like the moves that they made were really to ensure that the Panthers were well positioned for future drafts, and then of course the roster building. And then they, after they got Leggett, the draft room celebrated, right? I think that they made it what we're about to talk about here next, I thought that this trade with the Rams was key, right? You're giving up a second round pick, but you gain a future pick and still get a second round pick because we literally traded them our second round pick, but was able to get our next year's second round pick back, and then was still able to get that draft pick in the second round. So again, there was a balance between the present and the future needs through this draft room, right? This draft room involved, as we're watching this, constant negotiations, but with calls and deals that were obviously happening rapidly and maybe more than probably what we're seeing, so they had to be able to be flexible and be able to adapt to these situations. So I thought that this draft room had a mix of all that kind of stuff. It was preparation, quick decision making, strategical thinking, obviously supportive, but also like a humorous atmosphere. They're all here. It seems like everybody, though, from watching this it seems like they're all on the same page, right? I felt like our last front office wasn't on the same page. Of course, it didn't help when your owner was meddling into it. And then you had Scott Fitter, who couldn't draft talent if it kicked him in the balls. It's interesting to see. But I'm going to start more on this trade with the Rams after we're done with it.
And we did.
Hello? Hey, Tom, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, Alex?
Are you guys going to pick at 39?
What do you got?
during the draft, I think it takes a lot of patience. There's always, that sense of urgency, whether we need an answer, whether they need an answer.
How much time do we have?
If you're not patient, you can make some bad decisions and, screw some things up. So,
Whoa! Hold up.
What?
Rams just offer next year's 2 to move back to 52.
Next year's 2.
Next year's 2 plus this year's 52. It's pretty good.
but when the Rams, when they offered what they offered, it was too good to pass up. We didn't have a 2 the next year in 25. So to get that 2 back, it feels really good going in the next year.
Okay, so we'll win. Thanks. That's fun. We got a 2 for next year. That's huge.
I think anytime you can get future picks in the draft, I think that's important.
We want to build through the draft. We want to draft and retain our own, and part of that is having picks.
Hey, do you know how hard it is for a first-time GM to trade for a future pick? Nobody does it.
What, like it was hard?
Great. You got to stay poised.
This is, again, a targeted draft. Teams are identifying who they want, and they're going up and getting them. As patient as everybody was on day one, they feel like the supply is starting to dwindle, and they're being aggressive to go get their guy.
That's the guy, that running back.
Yeah.
That's who we need to get our hands on.
You want the running back?
Yeah.
You don't know if you'll get the running back down there.
I'm scared. Brooks was another guy that we had conviction on, the scouts, the coaches, and we didn't want to lose out on him. We felt like there was always the chance that somebody could trade over us to get him. And I knew that other teams thought that he was the best back in the draft too.
So we said, all right, if we're going to trade back to 52, we're going to have to plan to trade up to get one of the players who we want. And luckily it was Jonathan.
I think we should do our 2-5s. I'll go here. Because the Giants had Brooks in for a 30 visit.
Yep.
I think we should do
142 and 155. Okay, great. We'll call it in here. Yep.
Yeah. Carolina Panthers select Jonathan Brooks, running back, Texas.
All right, so here's the thing that let's talk about the Jonathan Brooks thing real quick. Okay. I would say they like watching this so far. They obviously through the draft, and I was live all 3 days of the draft, right? But again, these guys made some savvy moves during the draft, very strategic ones. They weren't just trading for the sake of trading. They actually had this planned in mind, right? Which I felt like we didn't see that with Scott Fitter, right? We didn't see that from last year's blueprint. If you go back and watch last year's blueprint, it seemed like honestly, Dan Morgan looked like he was number one, didn't have any say. Brant Tillis and him are actually talking, right? It definitely shed some light compared to what was last year. Everything seems different. Everything feels different from this compared to last year. But they grabbed Jonathan Brooks at the 46th pick, which came after their 3rd trade in the draft. They initially had the 52nd pick, but they swapped it along with 2 others to the Colts to move up. And then, as you see here, Tillis explained that they only traded when it made sense and when they could really gain value without missing on key players, right? Obviously, Brooks was their top choice all along, even though he had his ACL tear that was back, in November. But before the injury, guys, we still remember that Jonathan Brooks was on his way to probably break. I think he could have probably broken B. John's record, right? Because he had over 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns in 11 games. But they obviously this front Tillis and And Morgan obviously saw an opportunity to trade back, get more picks for the future while snagging Brooks. I mean, the Rams made an offer that you really just couldn't refuse, right? You couldn't refuse getting that future second pick, right? Obviously, Tillis also, watching this, he emphasizes the fact that the strategy wasn't about being flashy. It's more about making those unnecessary moves. It's about the calculated risk to really get the players you really want when it comes to the draft. And in this case, Brooks, they were confident enough to maneuver around, still secure him, and he would end up being the first running back taken in the draft. Right, but to the Los Angeles thing, I want to harp on that too for a little bit. The Los Angeles Rams made that offer to the Panthers, and honestly, it left me in disbelief, but it also left them disbelief because, we've been known as the team who, when Scott Fitter was here, right, we got swindled, right? We've been swindled, right? We've been swindled not only in the draft room, free agency, but, players, coaches, hell, even our owner, right? It swindled us, it feels like. But I thought the Rams offer was surprising to me because they obviously were eager to they already got Jared Burst in their 19th pick. So they wanted to bring in his teammate, Braden Fisk. And so the Rams then offered us, right, the 52nd pick, the 155th pick, along with a second round pick in 2025 in exchange for our 39th pick. Makes sense because you still keep your second round pick, you get a future, and on top of that, you get a 155th pick. So even Hillis was stunned about it. I was stunned about it because I even saw the value in that offer, right? That deal was, it was definitely, again, it was a deal that was too good to pass up, especially with the Panthers didn't have a second round pick in the next year. And then the Panthers didn't stay idle, right? They took that 52nd pick from the Rams, and then they packaged it with other picks to trade up to the Colts, and then, of course, Jonathan Brooks. So, I mean, I think that's why it's wait, then quick in the draft room, because it's like patience, but then it's like, oh shit, here we go, right? Exactly. It's cool to see how they were hyped up in the room. It's definitely
when you watch the tape
total
of Jonathan
vibe.
Brooks, he's just so versatile. He's a really good runner on first and second down. He's so smooth. He has great vision.
He sees the field. He sees the small holes. He presses the runs the right way with the right tempo. Just such a great awareness for where he's at in space to be able to make plays. And he does it really effortlessly.
Yeah, Brooks there. That's hard not to pull the trigger.
I love that dude right there.
I
love that dude. Football is the focus for him. His size and speed, good play strength between the tackles, break a lot of tackles, that good vision and instincts for a big guy.
To be able to get him for what we want to be offensively.
And that was the moment that I realized the power of fresh food.
Okay.
Couldn't figure it out.
He's exactly what we're looking for.
Doing that trade.
Dave and Nicole Tepper, obviously, they're in the draft room, they're sitting right next to me, and, to feel their trust in me, they definitely give me support, and I felt like they were proud of me too as well, almost like a son in a way, but they've definitely pushes us all to be great and to raise our standards.
This guy.
Yeah.
And if you're right, this guy, is he the guy up there that falls down?
Maybe.
It's good to get that pick back.
Yeah.
You're going to get your guy.
Yeah.
The Teppers, they just want to win, and they have full faith in us to accomplish that goal. So, they give us all that we need to execute a plan, and they're just driven to win.
Do you like on this board now?
I think at that point, there's a bunch of players on the board. I think that you still like. I felt like it was an opportunity to trade back in that moment.
So we'll stay patient. We still have other guys on the board.
We have action.
Who?
Yes. They want to give us 134. We give them 200.
If I can get 2 picks. Just get them.
Jets would do 157 to move to 72. So you're getting a better third. Hey, we'll do it. All we do is trade.
That's what we do.
A lot of DBs went off the board, if I can recall. We like some of those guys. So I think when, they started coming off the board, you quickly have to, change your strategy and adapt and adjust. And, that's a big part of my job.
I think one of those is going to be there.
I do too. Wallace better not get picked here.
Dan played linebacker, and Dan saw a lot of positive qualities in Trevin that made the pick pretty easy for us.
The size, the length, the speed, the range that he plays with, I think was all really appealing to us.
Trevin, what's up, man? It's Dan Morgan with the Carolina Panthers. How you doing?
Defense is a big deal for Carolina. Trying to beat things up. Shaq Thompson's been there a long time. Trevor Wallace gets to move in behind him and learn how to play.
He just texted me. All pro linebacker. He goes, you got my favorite linebacker.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He was a heck of a player. So when you can kind of get that co-signed by an all-pro linebacker, one of the better linebackers, in the history of the NFL, it definitely makes you feel even better about the pick.
Very excited.
Let's do it all again tomorrow.
Oh, we will.
We always would say day 1, day 2, coaches, general managers, those are yours. This is the Scouts Day. This represents 150 to 200 plus nights on the road, going out trying to find guys in these rounds that can help your football team.
All right. Yes, I get the scouts in there.
You definitely lean on your scouts throughout the whole process. But, day 3, players are flying off the board, your board's thinning out. So you have to depend on your work. And a lot of that work's done by the scouts to where they know those small details about the guy. And our scouts did a great job of identifying some guys that we eventually drafted.
The Carolina Panthers on the clock with the 101st overall selection, just a matter of minutes.
You talked to him?
Yeah. Really, really smart. Great mindset. I had an 8 on it.
Awesome.
How are these defensive ends?
Which one's going to help us most on game day? This guy would be interested. It's a DPR.
Short.
He's undersized, but he's tough.
You can bet on the guy in Cremedy, just based on the reports.
He's going to play 3 phases on special teams.
I like this dude.
You like this kid?
He's one of us.
The Carolina Panthers are first up on the clock right here.
The Carolina Panthers select Jatavian Sanders, tight end, Texas.
JT.
Randall, they spoke about him in a little bit about him in minicamp and how he's going to probably end up being, how he's going to be utilized in the offense, right? They haven't really said how he's been in training camp or not training camp, but mandatory and OTAs, but kind of the only thing I've seen on articles or anything on Twitter is about how they're going to utilize them. That's really about it.
From Denton, Texas, hyper competitive, very determined.
Jatavian, I was a little surprised that he was still on the board. He catches everything. You throw it near him, he's going to catch it. He's got these big old mitts.
You ready to become a Panther or what, man?
You damn right I am.
Tell me about these guys here.
Those are all 5 really good football players.
These are all good picks right here. To me, it's between Chow and Criminal. Shaw, what's up, man? It's Dan Morgan with the Carolina Panthers. How you doing, man? Jaden, what's up, man? It's ready to become a Carolina Panther?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Let's go. Go enjoy your family, man. Congrats, and we'll be in touch with you, all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fun. It's good energy.
Cool kid. That was awesome.
I love it.
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of the most incredible?
That's what I want.
Hey, Dan.
What is that? Oh, no.
The Demo shirts, I knew it would annoy Dan, so I wore it because I just wanted to razz him a little bit.
You know I don't like it.
Yeah, I'll wear one.
I also wanted to celebrate him, just like I would want to celebrate any coworker.
What do you think? You want to put the jersey on?
Nope.
It's draft day. We put in all this work, and it's not as easy as it looks on TV. And so I did want to celebrate him, and we may as well just have fun with it.
Who's the best guy?
Right now, I'm picking Barrett.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I like him, too. I hope he's there.
You can tell it's a passion of his, and it's not because he's a former player. I think he genuinely loves football and loves scouting.
Hey, we're going to draft you right here, man. How would you like to be a Panther?
He's in his element when he's in the draft room, watching players, getting to know them, understanding where they belong in our league, on our team.
It was tiring, and I loved every minute of it. And to be able to go through that process with Dan, to do it together, it was incredible.
I'm very excited about 2024. We have some returning players who are talented, who are hungry.
My main focus is, we got to win. We got to get more than 2 games. That's eating at me right now. And we got to make the playoffs. We all have that buy-in. We all have that chip on our shoulders. We're really hungry.
We now are starting to see what this vision looks like.
Add some really good pieces all across the board.
We've acquired some new players who we're excited about.
Now we have to see it play out on the field.
There's just a lot of hope for 2024.
We all on the same page. There's nothing could go wrong. You know what I mean? Just got to keep going, keep working. Our mantra here, keep pounding. You know what I mean? Everything's going to happen. Adversity's going to happen, but how are you going to get over that? You can't dwell on it.
We can now see the dream, where this is going.
I feel like we did well to rebuild the roster from a free agent standpoint, from a draft standpoint.
We've assembled the pieces, and now we have the canvas of training camp to put it all together.
This is our first year together. I expect every year to get better and better, our process to get better and better, and I'm just super excited about the future here at Carolina.
All right, I'm going to stop it there. Yeah, I mean, I gave you all my thoughts. Episode 2 is a good one. Kind of, like I said, it was a lot of, a lot of strategic, right? A lot of strategy, a lot of patience. There was a lot of calculated risk. There was a lot of humor. And again, there was just about a mix of everything. Like I said, preparation, quick decision making, strategic thinking, a lot of support, a lot of seemed like a very humorous atmosphere, and it seemed like everyone has the same goal in mind, right? Building a successful future of this team. Jonathan Brooks was their guy in the second round, no matter what. They made it work out, obviously, with the surprising trade value they got out of the Rams, and then being able to trade back up and get Brooks. which was basically a great. Again, it was a great balance. There was no flashy moves or no unnecessary moves that were made in the draft room. They got the players they wanted, right? And they maneuvered, I felt, confidently. They just stayed the course. And again, the most surprising though was being able to get that future second with the Rams to me when we break down that draft. So episode 2 was a success, I would say. But let's move on to some other stuff. I got some stuff I want to talk about and about the Panthers, and I appreciate everyone joining the live stream and you guys coming in and joining. So, but there's some other things I want to talk about here. We're going to get into that here shortly. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick with some stuff that I'd like to break down with you guys real quick here. Okay. So the Panthers officially signed, yes, we kind of talked about it, but they officially signed Woods, the wide receiver, to the roster, capping off the signing process that nearly took 2 weeks on Tuesday, yesterday. Finally signed the 25-year-old who previously played for the Memphis Showboats and the UFL. He hails from Broward County, Florida. Started his journey at Oregon, transferred to Western Kentucky, where he actually had some pretty good seasons. If you go look, he amassed over 106 receptions, over 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns over the 2021 and 2022 season. He was undrafted in 2023, signed with the Dolphins, but then was waived to in regards to some injuries or to an injury settlement. A few months later, then he joined the Memphis Showboats, and he racked up the 7th most receiving yards, 2nd most receiving touchdowns in the NFL, and earned his spot there. Davis is joining the Panthers roster now. He stands at the solid 90 players there. He's the 90th guy on the roster. Some other news. So the ESPN grades came out. So the ESPN graded the Panthers off season. We all know the Panthers made several moves that did they move the needle enough in ESPN standards? Well, obviously they made a significant upgrade, right, with their roster, particularly that offensive side, right? Now Brian has that solid interior protection, better set of receivers. The organization has a clear picture of what they want and what they were doing. So Seth Walder of ESPN recently evaluated all NFL teams and gave the Panthers a B-, placing them 17th among all 32 teams when you break down his analysis. So Brian Burns trade, he talks about that for a 2nd-round pick. Walder feels conflicted about that move when you read it. He felt that while retaining Burns could have been beneficial, given their rookie quarterback window, the draft capital they received might have benefited us long run. Instead, though, we chose to extend who I feel was the best defensive player, Derek Brown, for $96 million. So, but he would have preferred that the money would have gone to Burns, even though acknowledging Brown's impressive performance last season. But in free agency, he did mention that he liked the offensive line upgrades. He was saying that obviously we focused on the offensive line, signing guys like Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis to substantial contracts. Considering that the low rankings in our run block win rate last year was 30th and our pass block win rate last year was 23rd. So it was obviously those are necessary moves, right? He felt that though, that when you go look at this ranking sheet, he felt that the contracts might have been overpaid which impacts the team's cap situation. But, again, Robert Hunt's considered a top 5, top 10 guard in the NFL. So you're going to pay guards that kind of money. But he did note take about the draft, the move from 39 to 52, which we were speaking about earlier. He did like that move, right? Getting a future second involved in that. But he said that they used some of that value to go back up and select Jonathan Brooks. I don't know if he felt that was a bad move, but the contracts might have seemed high for Lewis or Hunt. That might have seemed high. But it was crucial for us to address those blocking issues. I mean, you look at the struggles we had last year, right? You had back-to-back head coaching firings, 2-15 last year. I think the Panthers had to overpay to attract those quality free agents during the rebuild. I think trading Burns was a tough call, but it did open up some cap space to sign guys like Hunt and Lewis and extend Brown, right? Because I don't think if we signed Brian Burns, you're able to sign guys like Hunt, Lewis, and then extend Derek Brown. But it did also allow us to build a deeper pass rushing roster. We were able to add 3 more guys like Jadeveon Clowney, DJ Wandham, and Kavlon Chasen. So I don't entirely agree with Walter on his takes on the Panthers moves. I would say we both ended. I would say, I think when I graded it was similar overall grade B-, but I would say to some of his takes, when you go read this, if you go to ESPN, you can read it. I would say when I gave the overall season grade, my grades, I would say B- was probably around that range. I'd have to go back and look, but overall, the only thing I don't agree with is the Brian Burns thing. I think that it was the right move, and I still think it's the right move. So apparently Panthers are looking into UFL Defensive Player of the Year free agent. His name is Breland Speaks. Now they've already brought in guys like Dawood Davis, and then of course brought in wide receiver Hakeem Butler. But apparently they could be looking into the Michigan Panthers edge rusher Breland Speaks. Obviously right now there are no deals on the table yet for this guy. It is interesting though. This guy was a former second-round pick by the Kansas City Chiefs. Had a great season in UFL. He was also the Defensive Player of the Year in the UFL last year. He led the league in tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks. He was named All UFL Defensive Team. This guy stands at 6'6". He also recorded 32 total tackles, and he helped the Michigan Panthers to the UFL playoff. So, we all know the Panthers could use another pass rusher, right? Heading into training camp, especially after where I still believe we need to still fill the void of Brian Burns, but I still agree with, what I said. I felt like it was more beneficial for us to go out and get 3 guys, sign Hunt and Lewis and extend Brown. So I felt that I still believe, in my cold heart, I still believe that was the right move. Because if you try, if we sign Brian Burns that contract, we don't sign those 3 guys, and you don't sign Damian Lewis, Robert Hunt, and you don't extend Derek Brown. So, again, that's just me. I know Clowney should be the veteran leader or the veteran guy in that room. I think he's still a solid addition. I still think we need more depth, though. All right. And Speaks, this guy, could be a perfect fit. Who knows? I mean, I don't know really much about UFL guys, right? I didn't watch it, but there are rumors out there that we are looking into this guy. So I'm kind of learning about these guys as I go along. Again, have we seen, is there a guy in the NFL now, though, that any of you guys know of that came from the UFL and has became a superstar in the NFL? Because I can't think of any. I can't think of anyone. So, I think someone said in my chat yesterday, PJ Walker, but he didn't become a superstar, right? He didn't become a superstar. So, it is what it is. But again, it wouldn't hurt to look at him, right? It wouldn't hurt to look at him. Again, waiver wires are going to be coming up. In other news as well, we got the training camp schedule finally came out. I'm trying to pull that up real quick. Let me get this. Okay, so we got the Panthers schedule. So the veterans. So it looks like the rookies will be. So the rookies will be the 19th and the veterans will be the 23rd for the training camp. So we got the Carolina Panthers training camp schedule coming up or up right now. Basically only a month from away will be the start of training camp for the rookies, and then the veterans will start on the 23rd. So the rookies will hit the field on the 19th, then the rest of the team will join on the 23rd. And so then the action will actually happen at Bank of America Stadium this year. As for you guys as fans and myself, will be able to watch the practices live. That's kind of still up in the air. Given the ongoing construction at the Uptown practice site, it seems like hosting it inside a stadium might be the only viable option because, of course, almost 3 decades, the Panthers won't be at Wofford, right? They've been doing it at Wofford. They trained Charlotte back in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With the camp now in the heart of Queen City, the Panthers joined a small group of teams that train close to home. The rest of the league, you look at it, Dallas Cowboys, they're going to be in Oxnard, California. The Raiders are going to be in Costa Mesa, California. The Saints are going to be in Irvine, California. The Los Angeles Rams are going to be at Loyola Marymount University. And see what else. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. So looks like not a lot of teams are going to be in their. I mean, a lot of teams are not going to be in their own state. A couple of teams aren't. So it's interesting. He hate me. Paul Nielsen. I'll find his name. I'm not sure who you talk about, Paul. I'm not sure who you're talking about. So, anyways, well, good show, guys. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. We broke down the blueprint live reaction. we also trolled a troll. Then we, went over some good news and some bad news and some indifferent, right? So good show though. Day one, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining. He hate me. Paul's talking about he hate me. Who hates who? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Who hates who? I'm so confused right now. Whatever. So anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Good stuff today. Got to go. Glad I was able to do the live reaction with you guys, the blueprint, even though I watched it last night. Obviously broke down some more stuff as we went on, broke down the whole blueprint. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream today. Guys, make sure you pound that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys join the Discord and become a member today. That also helps out the channel a lot. So become a member. Once I get my merch together, all my members are going to get a free something of the merch. And of course, once the season gets closer, we'll start doing some more. As time goes on, we'll continue doing more giveaways. We'll start continuing to get. We'll do obviously plan a get together, and then and some other good stuff. So as time goes on. So anyways, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. As always, guys, y'all know what to do. Keep pounding. Peace. I'm out of here.